Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back. I think we're live. Please leave a comment to let me know that we're actually live and that you can hear me. All right, I'm trying a new microphone, so we'll see what happens. All right, well, let's get started. Again, it's going to be a practicing. It's going to be about practicing shapes and colors with tonight only the primary colors in white: cadmium yellow, titanium white, cadmium yellow, cadmium red, and ultramarine blue. Right? So this time I didn't stain the canvas in gray as I usually do because I wanted to keep everything light. To start with, I'm going to paint this tonight a white tablecloth. I think you're going to see here on the screen it should be white enough for you to see the sketch of the table. So I outline the ball, and then here I also want to paint the ball blue to make the onion stand out and the tablecloth stand out. I think it's white enough for you to see. And then I'm going to outline the onions. Like so. And to make everything stand out, now I'm going to paint the wall. So just a gray wall, and I want to show you that if you practice color theory and color mixing, you'll get pretty much any color you want, as long as they're not flashy like pink, yellow, or even green. So I'm going for a gray. Yeah, that's some green for the background. Okay, so let's practice together. I know I want a little bit of green. I can already see that it's too green, so I need more blue, I'm sorry. So I'm sure your colors on your screen is different. It might be a darker green. So how do I get a gray? Well, the only option is the red. I don't know if you can see that by mixing red to my green, I get a brownish color. And if I keep adding blue, or if you add more blue, I'm going to get a more brown color. So obviously it's too dark here. But look what happened when I mixed white, it becomes gray. Right. So I'm just showing you here on my palette, but the magic happens on the canvas, of course. Let's try. It's pretty dark, but that's okay. I want to show you that how what you think it could be good on the palette is actually too dark on the canvas. Also because this is just white, so the dark color here appears much darker. That's why I always mix my colors on the canvas directly. I'm not wasting my time trying to find the perfect color on my palette. I can only get something approximate. So I'm going to play with that. So as I paint this, if I want to get the better color closer to what I see on the reference photo, I see more green, but also I see more blue. So let's see what happens if I mix more blue, more yellow. So this step allows me to practice colors, strokes, textures, color variations, and if I like it, I'll keep playing with that. So I did more blue. It gets me closer to what I see on the reference photo. There's a little bit of green, but I don't want to be picky. I think this is going to work. I want to make sure it's not too dark. So I'm going to add more white. So as I do that, I make sure that I have enough room around the onions. I paint in different directions to create an interesting background. I'm not going to paint the shadows on the wall. I want to keep things simple. So you see here there was some yellow left on my brush. It made this greenish, which is good too, and you know, I think I'm gonna keep it. So there's more blue on the reference picture, especially here. That's what I see. You might see something different, and that's okay, because we're not trying to copy exactly the reference photo. And so it's so loose painting, so no details. Try to feel the paint and how much you can control the colors. color variations, textures, your strokes. As this video series suggests, I want you to understand that acrylic painting is easy. All right, big shapes. I need to rinse my brush, and I'm going to paint. I might as well paint the white tablecloth. So let's use white only. I want something bright, very bright. Only on this side there'll be to be darker because of the shadow of the ball here. So I said white, but I'm adding a little bit of grayish, bluish to make the white more interesting. You probably barely see it, but it's on this side. And then I'm going to paint the gray shadow on this side of the tablecloth. All right. So I don't have any gray. How do I make gray? I need brown first. Oops, sorry about that. So I'm adding to make brown. I need green and red. So I'm mixing blue and yellow plus red, and I get a brownish color. And that's enough for what I want to do. It probably doesn't look brownish on your screen. But that works for me. So I'm going to add more blue to my brownish, and I'll get a grayish color here. It's more blue. And that's what I want. A light gray. I'm going to try. It's pretty dark, so I'm adding more white, and I'm going to paint it's too blue, so I'm adding a little bit of red to make a better gray. And that's enough for the shadow. Notice all the colors I see now will look different once I paint the blue ball, which I'm going to do next. So I don't want something too dark. I'm going to try a little bit of blue with white. So on your screen, it probably looks more purple, and it's normal because ultramarine blue has a purple hue to it. That's why, but that's fine. I just want a blue blue color here, so it works for me. And then from here, it becomes lighter. The light source being from the left, it's going to be brighter here, medium, and darker on the right side. And also darker at the bottom because the light source is above. And then on the left side, lighter blue. I rinsed my brush. I think it was too much blue, so just use white because I have enough blue on the canvas to make this paint it lighter blue. So medium blue here and darker blue. So now I look at my shadow. It works for me. All right. All right, next, I just clean my brush. I don't need to rinse it, really. So now let's paint the onions. I think the background works well with the white tablecloth, the shadow, and the blue. Paint the shadows first. Green. So yellow, blue, and then red to make it more brownish, and then blue to make my brownish darker. So I can paint the shadow here. That's what I needed. What about here maybe? All right. Now what you've been waiting for, the onions. All right, so let's see if it would work. Too bright? I mean, too dark. So let's add white and see what I get. That's better. That works too. I think I'm going to keep this color for anything that is dark here. So all right, let's make it lighter and lighter. So I think like last time, it's hard to capture the, for the camera, it's hard to capture the right colors, but you probably see more dull and dirty colors. On my end, the colors are pretty close to the reference photo. So once I post the finished painting, you'll see the difference. Let's put this side. Basically, it is I'm going to play with these colors and darken them with my brownish on this side. As I paint these two onions, I pay attention to the third onion in the background to make sure that it's going to be about the same size and in proportion with the two ones in the foreground. it's working. So I'm going to pin the third onion here, the background, before adjusting them. It's very pale on the screen. It's looking much better in person. So that one is darker. Much darker. And almost pink here. All right, I need more paint. So let's mix again. Just enough yellow and red. I paint both sides, this left side and the right side, to show that it's like a sphere. I can make this darker, so it stands out better from the wall. All right, that's good enough. Now let's adjust the onions in the foreground. So they're more like a peachy color. So I'm going to add less yellow, a bit more red and white. So I paint this onion lower and bigger also because I realized that the ball is too big, plus it's blue, so it takes a lot of room when I want to focus on the onions. get more pink here. Gives more dimension to the onion. Now the one on the right. Red, yellow, I get orange, and then darken with my gray here. Slider. It's like a dirty pink. I need to make this darker. Orange, white, all right. So that's good. Now more of this dirty, brownish color here. So green and blue. A little bit of red. So it's going to turn down my orange. So it's kind of tricky, those ends. It's hard to show them, especially here because it overlaps. And that one. Overlaps and it's very light. So I might need to darken the background to make this end stand out. At least I place it. And then here, it's more pink. So it's going to show more. All right. But I think it's working. The dimension, the reflection, they're in proportion. This one is dark enough, and the ones in the foreground stand out. So let's finish the bottom here, because I'm going to paint the rim of the ball. Right. Shadow here. Need to make this darker. Much darker. Alright, so now I can finish the rim. Oh, and I realized that here, the small ball here. This gives more depth to the ball. I mean, you know, if I don't paint it, that's fine, but I think it works better with. Makes the ball more full and more symmetrical also. So I'm going to finish the rim first. That. I need more white on my palette. I'm going to make this side lighter, slightly darker. I think it's a nice blue, and so this would be the lightest part. here medium blue. Let's work on the transition. And lastly, this side. Darker, but not too dark. So let's add more white. Now the base. Have the shadow, the top of the ball, and then a light blue for the very base. Obviously it stands out better on the reference photo because it's white on top of brown. So I'm going to make it as light as possible. It's got a little bit lighter. Let's make the rim brighter. That's good enough. All right, let's switch to the smaller brush to finish the details. Side of the rim. All right, by details, I'm talking about, oops. I want to make these ends stand out. I like my background, so I don't want to darken it more than that. But a few strokes here and there on those ends will make them stand out better. So I'll be happy with that. And then here, will stand out more once I paint the lightest parts. Okay. So let's paint let's paint it in lighter. And that will stand out from the background as well. It's fine here. I could maybe like that. Reflection here. And this side also. So I need to paint the white part here, light yellow. It's barely, you barely see it. You probably don't see it on the reference photo, but it's not white, it's yellowish. Okay. And to make it stand out even more, I'm going to paint the dirty peach edge. There you go. I find this crack beautiful, so I'll make sure that it's noticeable. Let's put a few strokes here and there to give more textures and dimension to the skin. So I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. It's very loose. That's what I wanted. As always, I'm going to walk away from it for a couple of days and then make some adjustments. And then once I post the picture, the finished painting, you're going to see that the colors are much better on the photo or in person. For those who will see it in person next week. So there's a lot of suggestion on this piece here. Instead of painting all the details, that was the idea. So I think that's good for tonight. As always, if you want to paint it, just message me and I'll send you the reference photo. I always look forward to seeing your version of this. So you'll see the finished painting in the next video, and I'll post the picture on our Facebook group. I'll put the link in the first comment below. All right, so that's it for tonight. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you next Wednesday. Have a good night.